Good news, everyone. Apparently, Call of Duty won't be doing its release schedule every year anymore, which is amazing news, thank God. And a lot of this comes from a Bloomberg article where high-level employees at Activision discussed that they should ditch the Call of Duty annualized release cycle, where it's been in place since 2005. And I think a lot of players, myself included, have kind of talked about this whole idea where they should ditch this. I mean, at this point, the franchise is in probably the worst state it's ever been. And I know people are kind of saying, well, you have the 3 games that are out right now, and one's better than the other. At this point, all 3 are not good games. You could probably say one's better than the other, but at this point, the Call of Duty franchise is an absolute disaster. I know, as a guy who loves playing Call of Duty, even when he bitches about it and says he'll never play it again, I gotta say, yeah, this is the worst state. They need to improve on this kind of yearly cycle, and I will be having a big video coming out. I did kind of mention it a few weeks ago, maybe a week ago, where I said I was going to make a big video and at some point kind of give my ideas as to where the franchise could actually go. And oddly enough, one of those big points was actually going to be, skipping the yearly release cycle and actually maybe develop one game. I've been saying this. I think I made a couple different videos in which I kind of briefly or went in a little bit more depth about saying, hey, you have Warzone. A lot of people love playing Warzone regardless of how broken it is. You should probably integrate all your multiplayer and single-player features into that game. Maybe you end up releasing single-player DLC and stuff like that. That way people who like single-player games and stuff like that can actually play those games, and that way they kind of get familiarized with what's going on in the Warzone kind of story that you're developing. I mean, to be honest, just speaking about the Warzone story, I would kind of retcon a lot of stuff that you guys have done in terms of what's been going on, because I feel like at this point, Cold War and Vanguard just seem like weird, hot flash kind of dreams. It doesn't seem like they're anything on pace with in terms of what they're trying to go for. I think at this point, what you should do, if you are going to do this, stick with the modern genre. It seems like a lot of people like that. As much as I love World War II, I think the modern genre, having gone back and played a little bit more Modern Warfare, and as I make more videos about the Modern Warfare games and stuff like that, it seems like those are the better games. And I know that sounds like, and so a couple of them aren't as great as they should be, but I would say they're better than what we've been getting. And I think it seems like a lot of people gravitate towards those games because it's things that are happening in your current day. I just think the technology and everything, it's people that they're familiar with, I think as much as I love World War II, again, go to Modern Warfare. It seems like that's your selling point. A lot of people like playing those games. Don't go futuristic. Don't go to Cold War. Don't do that. If you want to do small events and stuff like that, go for it. I mean, again, a few of the ideas that I'll just throw out, is obviously was this, stick with the modern genre. And also, I would probably do better on your season passes, not your season passes, your season events, because I feel like when you do a season, you're not doing a great job with what is in that season. If when you have season, 6 and it's in the summer, do a Days of Summer. You don't need to be extremely serious with your DLC and stuff, but at least have a story for the overarching season, but then have maybe an in-season event like Days of Summer, a Halloween event, or whatever, and have a little bit of fun. Also, I would probably scrap the idea in terms of movie characters. I think that's really dumb. I get you're trying to sell games and stuff like that, or maybe you should outright just say these people don't really exist, because I feel like it throws off the entire game. It's just very bizarre when I play games so now they have the Attack on Titan DLC for Vanguard, and it just doesn't make sense with the world. I mean, I get why they did it, but it also doesn't make sense with the world. Does this character now exist in the world? You kind of then have those questions start to come up. Obviously, the answer is no, that actual character doesn't exist in the world. He's just part a DLC. I would hope that's what the answer should be. They haven't said it, but I would hope, to the love of God, that is the answer that we get with this. But I think you should probably reevaluate your DLC structure and kind of be more kind of give a better way for players to understand what's going on in the storyline versus just dumping out DLC over and over and over again. And then the question that I just asked ends up being asked because it doesn't make sense. And I think the Vanguard and Cold War stories don't necessarily line up with each other. You kind of get it, but it's very all over the place. Where a lot of the storylines that were in Vanguard or in Warzone at the time of Modern Warfare releasing were actually made sense, and they were all within the place of Verdansk, whereas everything in Cold War was all over the map. It was just all these random memories and all these different things that were happening, and it made no sense whatsoever. It should have, when you have a map, just leave it in the map, leave it in the world that currently exists, and then just run with it, because I feel like that's your best kind of option right now. And I don't think you're doing that. I think you need help. You're gonna need some identity help here. And I think that's what you should go into with this release schedule. The other thing I want to point out is this might not happen anytime soon. It may take a couple of years for them to actually do this. I would imagine 2022's Call of Duty is on pace from what I've understood, so that's a good sign. But also with other future releases, I'm going to take a guess and say those aren't as on schedule. So I'd probably say 2023 is when this starts, or 2024. They'll probably release a Call of Duty, and then that will be it. That's what you should probably just do. I don't think you should release a Call of Duty. Let me just say it that way. After Modern Warfare 2022, integrate it into Warzone, and then that's it. Come out in 2023 and say, this is our game now. Call of Duty. Call of Duty Warzone, whatever you want to call it, and just do it that way. And integrate all your stuff into one. Make your multiplayer and take a bunch of your maps, put them into one big, massive game. Say, delete the games that you currently have in terms of Modern Warfare, Cold War, and Vanguard, and you're fine. That's what you should do. I think that's your smartest, your safest bet, and that would probably satisfy everybody. No one has to buy a new copy. All your microtransactions stay within the game. Everything is there for you to play. And if you just do yearly releases of stories, that would be the most logical thing to do. That is their safest bet. That is my opinion. That's what I think you should do with this. I'm excited to see what they do with them skipping these yearly releases. I think that's, again, the best move they could possibly make with this. So I want to know what you think in the comment section below. What do you think of this? Do you think that's a good idea, a bad idea from the skip these yearly releases? Let me know. I'm genuinely curious what people feel about this. If you liked the video, like the video. If you didn't like the video, that kind of sucks. But if you did like it just enough, maybe you should just subscribe. That'd be kind of cool. And also, thanks for watching, and bye.